since my book came out, two of the questions I get asked the most are, how do you write a book and how do you get published? Since I've gotten so many emails about this, I figured I would just go ahead and make two videos. One about writing and one about being published. Now keep in mind that these are just generalizations, things that might be helpful. I am by no means an expert. It's just a couple of ideas that I thought would be helpful for people who have asked. First things first, if you want to write, start writing every day. Even if it's only keeping a journal. It'll get your body and your mind into the habit of writing, and it's really good for your creativity overall. It's also good to read. I don't think you can be a good writer if you're not a good reader. And be brave. Pick up books that you wouldn't normally pick up. I think it's hard to know exactly what you want to write unless you know exactly what you don't want to write. Even before my book came out, people started sending me bits and pieces of their own stories, and something that I think everybody needs to work on is basic grammar. If your manuscript reads like a text message or an LOL caption, you're just wasting people's time. I'm not saying that your manuscript has to be perfect the first time out. In fact, I would recommend not editing anything the first time you go to write. I think that's what your 8th draft is for. And you shouldn't be showing anything before like your 8th draft. I'm just saying take some time to learn how to properly use quotations, apostrophes, your and your, because they mean two different things. Stuff like that. It'll really improve your writing overall. And if you're really serious about your writing, you should read books on writing. I hear Sol Stein's book, How to Grow Your Novel, is fantastic, though I admit I haven't read it myself. I do have a copy of your first novel by Anne Rittenberg and Laura Whitcomb. Laura wrote A Certain Slant of Light, which is one of my favorite books, and Anne is her agent, so it covers both the creative and the business aspects of writing a book. And as you can see, there's a lot of good things in here. It also might be a good idea to get involved in a writer's group. Lots of people have writing clubs in their own communities, and if not, you can find them online. But at the end of the day, make sure you're writing something you love. As long as you like the story you're telling, as long as you're entertained by your story, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if other people are reading what you write. You should write for the joy of it. But if you're like me and fell in love with your characters and just got too antsy and had to share it with the world, yeah, you might want to see if you can get it published, which is hard, but we'll talk about that later. In the meantime, best of luck with your writing. Don't give up if you love it. Something that I do, and I'm not sure if this is any sort of approved technique, but I have scheduled daydreaming time. Yeah, I make time during the day to just daydream. I kind of felt bad because I felt like I was being lazy sitting around the house, so instead I go for a walk, I put in some music, and walk for a couple of miles while I just dream things up.